Hello, hyper-evolutionists. Welcome to Hexagon, the place where science fiction turns to science fact. Imagine if scientific progress moved not incrementally, but exponentially. Imagine a world where discoveries in genetics, artificial intelligence, and nanotechnology weren't scattered and isolated, but connected, streamlined, and strategically aligned. That world is possible, and the key is scientific research coordination. Today, we're diving deep into how scientific collaboration, when done right, can dramatically accelerate our evolution as a species. This isn't about science fiction. This is about designing a future where humanity doesn't just survive, but thrives. Let's start with the problem. Modern science is powerful, but it's often fragmented. Labs around the world are working on similar problems without even knowing each other exist. Breakthroughs get buried in paywalled journals. Valuable data is siloed. Researchers are often stuck in competition rather than collaboration. This disconnection slows us down. It's like trying to build a spaceship with 1,000 people, but no blueprint, no communication, and no shared vision. Now imagine the opposite. Imagine coordinated science. Scientific research coordination means aligning goals, sharing data, connecting disciplines, and building on each other's work instead of duplicating it. It's not just about cooperation, it's about orchestration. Think of it like an orchestra. Individual instruments are powerful on their own, but when they play in sync, the result is symphonic. That's what coordinated science can do for humanity. Let's look at a real example: the Human Genome Project. This global effort involved scientists from over 20 institutions working together to map the entire human genome. It took 13 years. But without coordination, it could have taken decades longer. The result? A foundational understanding of human DNA that unlocked entire fields of medicine and biotechnology. Another example, the rapid development of COVID-19 vaccines. Pharmaceutical companies, universities, and governments shared research and resources across borders. What normally takes a decade was done in under a year. That kind of speed was only possible because people worked together, with urgency and clarity. So what does this have to do with evolution? Everything. For most of history, human evolution was slow. It took thousands of years for natural selection to make small changes in our biology. But today, we're developing tools that allow us to directly shape our evolution. Gene editing, neural implants, AI-augmented decision-making, 3D printed organs, longevity therapies. All of these technologies give us the power to rewrite the rules of what it means to be human. But here's the catch. No single person, lab, or nation can do this alone. CRISPR researchers need data from bioinformatics. AI developers need brain scans from neuroscience labs. Regenerative medicine needs tissue engineering to advance. These breakthroughs depend on cross-disciplinary synergy. And that's what research coordination enables. It creates an ecosystem where discoveries feed into one another, instead of competing for attention or funding. When research is aligned, progress compounds. You don't just get new knowledge, you get new dimensions of knowledge. Insights emerge from the intersection of fields. Breakthroughs happen when AI meets genomics, when physics meets biology, when engineering meets consciousness. This is how we accelerate human evolution, not by waiting for nature, but by working together with precision, intelligence, and shared purpose. So how do we make this coordination possible? First, we need open access science. Research needs to be publicly available, not hidden behind paywalls or trapped in academic journals that few can access. More scientists reading each other's work means fewer redundant experiments and more opportunities for collaboration. Second, we need better tools for communication and collaboration. Platforms like GitHub revolutionize software development by allowing programmers to collaborate on code. Now we need GitHub-style platforms for genetic engineering, for neuroscience, for synthetic biology. Third, we need AI-powered research assistants that can scan, interpret, and connect findings from across millions of studies. These systems can identify patterns, flag relevant experiments, and suggest collaborations faster than any human ever could. Fourth, we need to change the incentive structure in science. Right now, researchers are often rewarded for individual achievement, publication count, and competition for grants. But what if scientists were rewarded for collaboration, for sharing data, for contributing to a larger mission? And finally, we need a culture shift. We need to embrace an identity, not just as individual researchers, but as a global research organism. One mind, many nodes, one species, evolving together. Of course, coordination has its challenges. Privacy concerns, intellectual property debates, institutional inertia. But these are not insurmountable. They're design problems. And with the right mindset and technology, they can be solved. Let's not forget, we're at a crossroads. On one path, we continue with fragmented science, slow progress, redundant work, missed opportunities, and humanity evolves gradually. On the other path, we embrace coordinated science. We connect disciplines. We share knowledge. We prioritize impact, and humanity evolves exponentially. The tools are here. The knowledge is here. What's missing is the infrastructure and the vision. So here's the question: will we build it? Because this isn't just about curing disease or extending life. It's about unlocking our potential as a species. It's about becoming more intelligent, more compassionate, more resilient, and more conscious. Scientific research coordination isn't a luxury. It's a necessity for the next era of human existence. You don't need to be a scientist to play a role. You can advocate for open science. You can support interdisciplinary education. You can fund collaborative platforms. You can ask better questions, share ideas, build bridges. We are the generation with the tools to reprogram life itself. Let's not waste that power by staying disconnected. Let's build the networks. Let's build the platforms. Let's coordinate the greatest minds of our time and turn isolated brilliance into unified progress. Because the future of evolution won't be written in the margins of academic journals. It'll be written in code, in DNA, and in collaboration. And if we get it right, the future won't just be longer, it'll be better. So, are you ready to help humanity evolve? If this message resonates with you, like this video, share it, and subscribe to our channel. Together we're building a future where science is not just faster, but smarter. Not just innovative, but integrated. Thanks for watching. See you in the next one.